Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for our special Clan of Two gameplay video here. Josh and I are going to be playing through the first mission in Clan of Two expansion, and we didn't script any of this, so hopefully we come out on top.
Uncut and raw. Here we go.
So this mission is the Liberation of Caladan. It's one of the early episodes from Mandalorian Season 2. It's the one where you might remember him running into Ahsoka Tano, and he agrees to help her take down Morgan Elsbeth, and she will then lead him to the Jedi. So I'm going to be playing Ahsoka today. Josh is going to be Mando, and our objective is that we need to defeat Morgan Elsbeth. She is on this circle token at the other end of the map, right over here. So we're going to be traveling through the map to get here. You'll notice there's a locked door that we're going to have to either get through or go around. There are
3 prisoners.
3 prisoners that we also need to free in order to win this mission. They're going to be on some of these face-down triangles. The only way for us to lose this mission is if a character is defeated, but there is also this special rule here with the power track, where this tells us how much health Morgan Elsbeth has, and every time we crisis, this track is going to advance. So we're going to try to do as few crises as possible, or else she's going to be challenging. And as far as the map rules go, there is Captain Lang.
Yep.
And when we defeat him, it will unlock the door, which will allow us to go through there.
That's going to be important because one of us, well, we'll see how it unfolds, but we need to find these prisoners, and then if we wanted to get through, we either have to find him and take him out or come all the way back around and run through over the rooftops to get around the wall. So a couple of options there.
Well, let's make an early strategy here, Josh.
Okay.
Let's say you go down the middle.
Yeah.
Because you get a jetpack.
I do.
So you can maybe get up there, and I'll start poking my way through here to go after my nemesis.
That works. Very thematic.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
4 card hands.
4 cards.
Standard mode. Okay.
Standard difficulty. Let's see. I've got to wrap my head around Ahsoka. I haven't played her in a while. This is, I could go first. There's nobody right next to me. You might do better.
Yeah, if you want to go, yeah, I could go first. I think I've got a good start here. So let me go ahead and use my tracking fob. This is going to allow me to look at a token that's up to 4 spaces away, but I'm going to use the special ability first. I'm going to move a space, ignoring enemy abilities. So I'll move up, and then I can count 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away. I'm going to see what this token is.
Prisoner?
That is an enemy.
It's an enemy.
We do not want to hit
Is it Captain Lang?
that one. It's not Captain.
Okay.
Let me double check. Nope, not Captain Lang. So now I'll be able to do this. Always have great ideas when I play this game. Let me go ahead. I'm not going to use the special ability here, but I am going to do a 3 strength attack at this person next to me, which will defeat them. However, we move into the event step. I have crisis.
Okay.
Right off the bat. I think that's just, let's make it exciting. So the power track increases as part of the crisis, and then we are going to resolve an event. So one melee enemy is going to move 3 spaces. This enemy has the...
he will disrupt us.
He disrupts when he
could
moves.
do that one up
Let's
on
do
the
this
rooftops.
1, 2, 3.
I think he just moved over a dotted line. He would go around.
Oh, whoops, 2, 3. Thank you for catching that. And then 1 marksman or blaster attacks at range 2.
Yeah, it's got to be you. It's going to be one of those
I'm the only choice
guys.
there. So I'll take a damage, put it on Mando. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to use my special ability.
Yeah.
So, Sworn to the Creed, after a character is dealt damage, which I just was, I can perform a free 3 strength action of my choice, and then I flip my card. So I'm going to do a 3 strength attack to take out this enemy as well. And that will flip. That was a once per game ability. Still have 1 damage. That felt good.
Okay.
And then I clear that event.
That's the first event.
That was the first event. It's my discard. Second event is not a crisis. We hit exactly 5. 2 marksmen are going to attack at range 3.
it's just this
Just
guy.
this one,
Is he
1,
within
2,
range?
3. Not close enough. So no, there was no change in the game state, so we're going to spawn a reinforcement on the nearest star. Nearest to me is 1, 2,
I think it's
3.
that one up top, yeah.
Right here. We've got that
Okay.
marksman.
That could have been worse.
Story of all my turns.
Meh.
It wasn't too bad. All right, I'll drop back up, and it is Ahsoka's turn.
All right, well, I'm going to move 3 spaces. I'm not going to use this ability here because it's not really going to be relevant right now, and it's an intel ability. So I'm just going to move, over to here, to this melee guy. We don't know who's attacking, so I'm just going to deal him 4 damage and take him out. And as Ahsoka Tano, I can only attack enemies in my space, but I do get a free movement every turn. So I'm going to use that free movement right now, and I'm just going to advance 1 space here. I get 1 event, but I hit a 5. I avoid the crisis. Let's see. This says, all enemies move 1 space. Okay.
Do not move marksmen and blasters that are within range 2.
Okay, so this guy's going
already.
to stay. This guy is not within range 2, so he's going to move 1. Everybody else is going to creep up. Okay.
I don't dislike
That wasn't
that.
too bad.
That's good.
It says then, so we just got our first ongoing event, and these are fun, if you're sadistic, I guess. So this says that this is going to stay in the move action, and during the event step, we have 3 strength already here. It'll get discarded once this clears out, but it was kind of a weak effect, and so now it's going to make it a little bit sooner before we get our next event. That's it. Go ahead, Mike.
That was great. Okay, we're gonna do, okay, this is good. I'm gonna use my Gauntlet Whipcord to move. So I can move 1 space, and then I can use this ability which disrupts an enemy within range 1. I'll use this before resolving the sentry. And so I will disrupt this guy. He has no sentry, no grapple right now. And then I will, that was the end of my movement. And then I'm gonna use this 1 boosted attack to do 2 damage to this blaster. Now he is tough. What's different in Clan of 2 is that you're going to resolve tough abilities with the dual deck. So we have the dual deck over here. Typically it's used for duels, which you will hopefully if we make it to Morgan. We'll show you that later. But for now we're gonna flip this and it's gonna show me in the bottom right corner how much damage is blocked. Sadly, 1 damage is blocked. So I only do 1 to that 2 health enemy, and he is still on the board.
So tough enemies are a little bit more dangerous in this expansion because they're more likely to block, and there's even 1 card that blocks 2 damage in there. So you have to be a little more careful about them. I think something else that I missed on my turn was that some of these enemies are mobile. Or sorry, they're fast, which means they will move an extra space when they move.
Oh, you're right. So they both should actually be.
No, just the one that was further away. He just should have moved 1 extra space.
1 extra space.
He would have been in your space, but
Perfect.
I don't think it changes your plans.
Nope, I only got the 2 attack anyway. So I did hit 5 here. 1 melee enemy moves 3 spaces. So
it has to be him.
Sadly, it has to be this one. And with that ability, they will sabotage. They will disrupt the lowest strength action.
It's going to be intel.
Intel. 1 blaster moves 2. It would have to be this
the guy
one
next to you.
into my space. And 1 marksman moves 1 space. So we'll keep that on him. We'll just move that up.
Smart.
And that's finished.
You're kind of surrounded there.
But you know, they're moving to us. We don't have to move to them right now. It's all good.
All right, I will on my turn. I think I'm going to plan. There's already some enemies for me to attack, so can I have 3 planning cards, please?
1, 2, 3. I pulled exactly 3.
Awesome. All right, so this early in the game, let's see what's in my hand. Does this matter? Yeah, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to keep the defend. I'm going to discard the strategize and the retaliate. You can put that up on top. And then I'm going to do something fun. So I'm going to use this Shoto lightsaber here, which is normally an attack of 2, but it says when performing this action, if retaliate or defend is on the top, add 4 strength. So we just discarded the retaliate, so I'm going to hit for 6 strength. Unfortunately, I have to aim at all the same enemies, so I'll aim it at this guy because he's about to attack. So
And he was grappling you as well.
And he was grappling me, yeah.
Yeah, good
So
call.
no events. that's the end of my turn.
Oh boy, I think I'm gonna make some events. That's okay. All right, so we are going to use Beskar armor on our turn. As you know and love from the base game, this lets me, instead of just drawing one planning card, I can actually search for a defend card and take it and shuffle this deck. That avoids a crisis there. And then we are going to, who is that behind me?
Blasters are going next.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go here to take that one out.
The big ones, they're both tough because they're those droid guys.
You know what then, just to be a little more safe, I'll just do 2 damage to the person with only 1 damage. So tough will try to block. 0 is blocked this time. So that defeats this enemy.
If you'd drawn that 2, that would have been sad.
That would have been really gross. And I also, I made 1 event with 5 here. So 3 blasters attack at range 2. There's just 1 next to me, and I have a defend, so I'll just go ahead and block that.
That's the worst
You
one.
might have something that works with defend
I
cards.
can use that.
And then each blaster not within range 2 would move, but there are none left on the board right now, so we'll discard that.
That could have been worse. That's like my common saying whenever we play this game.
Indeed, no, it's
gosh.
you know, minimize risk. And go ahead.
So, I mean, I can defeat this guy in my space, but it's going to give me a crisis.
That's okay. I mean, it won't. So her current power track is 8. A crisis would keep her right at 8. So I think that's okay.
I'm going to plan first. So I'm going to, it's 1, but it'll be 2 because it's got the boost. I'm hoping to get a mobilize here. I did.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm going to discard this one.
Discard.
So mobilize is the new card in this expansion, and it lets you move up to 2 spaces, ignoring enemy abilities. So I'm going to come to Josh's rescue here. I'm going to use this mobilize. I'm going to go 1, 2, ignoring enemy abilities. And then I'm just going to, well, I'm going to get a crisis still, but I can
I need
at
a
least
little help.
take out that sentry, which I feel like is worth it. I'm just going to play a small attack and take him out with 2.
Okay. Gone.
Gone. And I'll use my character ability. Once per turn, I can move a space.
You still planning to go around?
Yeah, I think I'll go this way.
And I'll come deal with. Okay, perfect.
I do get 1 crisis here, so we'll advance the track. Once the track's full, what's it do? Oh, you're dealt the damage.
You dealt damage
That's
instead. Yes.
Bad. Okay. 1 melee attacks an enemy in its space. There's nobody in his space. A blaster attacks somebody at range 2. Unfortunately, Josh is going to get shot, and the sharpshooter will attack me, but he is disrupted, so that just goes away.
Okay, well done.
Over to you.
Good turn. Good turn. I still have this
cleaning it up.
4 health tough enemy is just ruining my day. Let's go ahead and try to deal with that person that's in my space. So he has tough. We'll flip a dual card. Blocks 1 damage once again.
It's always a risk.
3 damage on that enemy. And I mean, I might just leave and go do some work on these prisoners. You know what I will do is I'll plan for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, a couple bad lucks. We certainly don't want those. I will also take. No, you know what I'll do? I'll take that mobilize. I think just getting around is going to be really helpful.
Okay.
So I'll leave a retaliate on top. Again, that may be helpful for you. And I made no events. Go ahead.
I'm like tempted to do some risky stuff here. I think I'm going to get another crisis if I attack. Let's play it safe. I'm going to do an intel. Let's look at. I'm just going to look at the one right next to me. That is a prisoner.
Great. Okay.
I could go in and rescue him right now, but there is a sentry next to me, and he's grappling me. A sentry and grapple?
Gotta go.
That's gross. Okay, I'm just gonna put a lightsaber, deal him 6 damage.
6 damage once again.
Yeah, there's not much left for that guy.
Absolutely destroyed.
Fortunately, that's another crisis. Advance the track.
Up to 9 health for Morgan.
Oh boy. And sharpshooters. I just took out the guy that we were worried about. We did get the 6+. A second sharpshooter would attack, or it could even be the same guy that attacked twice. So it's crucial that I took him out.
Yeah, that was a good play.
We do get a reinforcement right above me.
Reinforce right above you. Okay, there you go. Another tough 4.
Man, I wish I kept my lightsabers for that.
They would cut right through that guy. No problem. Oh,
Second
Second event.
Okay, this is a new card. It's called Hinder. You may deal 1 damage to 2 different characters. If you do, discard this event card instead of placing it in the action slot. Otherwise, this card's ongoing effect lasts until the end of the game. And what it'll do is it'll make this action slot always have a permanent 1 strength on it for event steps.
Never discard it.
It is on Intel, though, which I feel like is the safest place for it to go.
I don't necessarily want to go to half dead. So
Yeah.
I think this is.
We're going to accept
let's leave
it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
this thing just permanently has 1 strength on it.
Forever.
That's bad.
All right. Okay. Things are fine.
And then I will use my free move, which before I should have done that before the event, so I can't do it anymore.
Okay, that's true. All right. I'm going to take care of that anyways. I got a really cool thing here at Will Crisis, but I feel good about it. I can sneak attack this guy in my space. So I'm going to deal him 2 damage before I resolve the move part, which he'll try to block. He blocks 0. I've been 1 card off every time.
I know.
Takes that guy out. And then I can move 2 spaces, and I will rescue
For the first prisoner.
the first
okay.
prisoner. So that's the first one rescued. We need 3 of those. And for my action, or my second action, I want to. We know that's a bad guy.
We know that's a bad guy. So it's the other 2 have to be down here somewhere. Oh, I guess there is here, but I'll probably go that way.
You'll go through that probably. So let me go ahead and just draw. Ooh. I'm gonna mobilize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the
I think
chance.
I think first I'm gonna plan and then I'll mobilize. I'm a little bit afraid to not have a defend card. So I'll draw 1. It's just bad luck. All right.
It's always the risk.
I will mobilize. 1, 2. I feel like this is it. Oh.
It's a bad guy with
And
sentry.
sentry.
but
So
you used to mobilize.
that since I moved with mobilize, I ignore enemy abilities. Yeah, good call. All right, so I don't take the sentry damage.
Yeah.
That was big.
Now we're gonna get.
Crisis advances the power track.
Oh, no.
So we might want to stop crisising. I think
Yeah.
that's more of a message to myself than you. Spawn a reinforcement on the nearest star, which is going to be next to here through that wall, and 1 on the other. So you have 2 guys now in
Yes, I
your
do.
space. Okay.
All right next to me.
Yeah, right next to you. These all clear.
That
goes
event
away
goes
now.
away, which is nice.
And now the second one is at exactly 5. So all melee enemies move 2 spaces.
It's just him.
He wants to go 1, 2. So he'll come into my space. He does.
Oh yeah, there's.
Yeah, there's a line there. So he'll actually disrupt.
Oh gosh.
We'll make it move, I
Yeah.
think. 3. Gross. And then 2 attack in their space. There's actually just 1 guy in my space. I take
Taking their damage.
another damage.
Well, we might lose on a live stream here.
Would look really bad. We gotta clean it up here. Let's go.
Out of practice. One of those is mine. So, I mean, my plan was I was just going to go that way up top. We don't know who's attacking. I think I'm just going to stick to my guns here. I'm going to use my free move to move a space. And then I'm going to attack the 4 health guy in my space with a 4 with a boost. So it's a 5.
Ooh.
As long as we don't get the 2 block.
Blocks 0.
Okay.
Defeated.
Defeated. And then I'm going to do defensive stance, which is a plan for 4, but it lets me keep 2 different planning cards.
I like that a lot. There you go. You already have a defend.
I do. Oh, gosh. I just drew 2 defends and a mobilize. So I got a mobilize out of it. I'm going to put a defend on top because
try
you
to
need
get
it.
that.
And then I'll discard these 2 with the defend on
Sad.
top.
Okay.
I feel like I should be the one like worrying about enemies because I have the health to deal with them, but
Well, and you used your free movement,
that's
right?
my turn, yeah.
The problem is I'm gonna keep crisising.
Well, I keep playing 4s. It's not helping you.
That's okay. So I think what I'll do is just to minimize risk here, I'm going to count 2 range here to look at this one.
Okay.
Since you're not going, that's Captain Lang.
Ooh.
So we don't have to defeat Captain Lang. If you get into a duel, I can kind of manage the crisis here. But if I need to find a way through, I would have to come through the walls anyway, since he's over here. So that's fine to know. I do have to crisis, but it'll be really fun. Or I could leave. No, I don't want to leave. All right, I'm going to flamethrower. So I'll do 2 damage in my space, and then I can do 2 more damage. I'll do it to the person that's here with me.
Okay.
And then I have to resolve a crisis. So Morgan's up to 10 health. And 2 enemies attack in their space. I take another damage. So sorry.
It's not
Oh,
your
and you
fault.
take a hit because another.
Oh, I
enemy...
take a hit too. I'm gonna take it as opposed to blocking it.
Okay. There you go. You're good to go.
Jeez, Lou. Well, I'm gonna defeat the guy in my space. So this card is Outcast. When I perform this, if the top card of the discard pile is Mobilize or Defend, I add 4 Strength and take the card. Which, if I was smart, I guess I would have blocked and then taken it back.
Oh, I understand. That's okay.
But I'm not smart. No takesies, backsies. 5 damage will take out this enemy. And then I've got a free movement. You know what that's gonna do? I'm just gonna move 1 space.
Okay. But no problem.
So
with that.
no events. You should be able to recuperate. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna play my Whistling Birds. Finally got them. I'm gonna do 1 damage here, 3 of that damage here, and 1 damage right here. That's another prisoner. I need to be in that space to help that person, which I will move 1 space and
Perfect.
rescue that prisoner.
We got 2 of them.
All right, we're all cleaned up there. However, I made 2 events.
Yeah, but
So
no crises and no enemies in play.
the first one, shuffle all bad luck cards
gosh.
from the planning discard pile back into the deck. Then resolve a crisis.
Didn't you just say, hey, no crisis?
Yeah, I did. All right, so let's go ahead and crisis. She's still at 10 though, so we just don't want to hit the end of that track or else we start taking damage. Shuffling those, and that's done.
Okay.
Okay,
Stick with my standard. It could have been worse.
it could have been worse. One of those is
Thank
yours.
you.
And then the other event, 3 marksman attack at range 3. There are none on the board, so with no effect of the card, we will spawn a reinforcement right next to me. That is a blaster enemy.
So, the final prisoner is either right next to the door, or it's right next to me.
Yeah, you might find
I mean,
out,
I'm going to
huh?
figure it out. So I will. I'm not going to use my free move for this. I'm just going to use Foresight. Until the end of the action step, characters ignore enemy abilities. So I'm going to use that for my move so that I don't trigger its special thing. It's a health pack.
Ooh, okay.
I'm like the last person who needs that. Should I save it in case you need to?
Yeah, leave it
Okay.
there for me. I got some plans.
So I'm going to be extra tricky here. I'm going to use my free move, and then I'm going to use my mobilize to move
Okay.
2 spaces.
Beautiful.
And I move into this space here.
That
And guess
reveals
what? It is Morgan Elsbeth.
Morgan.
She has 10 health.
And she's a duelist, and so you can only deal damage or play attack cards against her when you're in her space, and she will always draw and resolve the top card of the duel deck.
I didn't really think this through because I don't have a great card to attack her with.
Top of the card, the duel deck here, if we could see against the glare here, but there is...
Oh, it's a question mark.
So it'll show you an inkling of what kind of card you should be playing. If it might say 3+ or 2-. A question mark, not helpful.
No. All right, I'm going to do something really lame. I'm just going to attack Morgan for 1. So let's flip the top.
All right, so it is a leaping strike. The enemy will block 3 damage. You can discard a random skill card from your hand to deal an unblockable damage
Yeah,
to the
let's
enemy.
do that.
All right, random skill card gone. I'm so sorry, it's a good one.
Yeah.
But you dealt an unblockable damage to Morgan.
Okay.
Then it says, regardless, move it 1 space away from you.
Yeah,
She's
so
taken off.
dual enemies will tend to run away or kind of find ways of outsmarting you. So that's one of the 10 that we need to defeat her. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, if I had used like a big 4 attack or something,
It would have blocked.
it would have blocked
yeah,
3
I
of
think
it.
you
So
made the right call.
That was okay.
I'm going to crisis, but it's going to be for a great reason.
Okay.
You're going to be really happy. So this tracking fob will let me count. 1, 2, 3. I can move her back into your space.
Okay.
Then I can move 1 space ignoring enemy abilities. So I have rescued the final prisoner.
Nice, nice.
Prisoners are all accounted for. Then for my second action, I will use Rising Phoenix. I can move directly to any space within range 2. That would include over elevation.
Yep.
So I have climbed up onto the ceiling or the roof, and I have taken this health pack, and I will heal 1 of my damages. Best turn of the day.
Yeah?
Right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
awesome.
All right,
Now-
appreciate it.
It's worth mentioning to people who might be very familiar with the base game, Rising Phoenix is a new version of the jetpack. So it replaces the jetpack from the base game. It allows him to ignore enemy abilities when he uses it. It just doesn't have quite as much range, but it makes
more
him
proficient in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Let's see some events.
All right, first event. And Morgan, for the record, is indeed a melee enemy. We're going to spawn a reinforcement at the nearest star, so right behind me
you,
here.
yeah.
And then 3 melee enemies are going to move 3. So
He's just gonna run at you.
Run right at me. And then
And he is a sabotage guy,
he's
so he
gonna-
will disrupt
he is
attack.
indeed. Take that and this. Then, when you play a skill card here, disrupt this action. So every time we move until we've made an event, that's going to happen. And then we have to crisis. So she's up to 11 health. I'm sorry, I nullified your last damage dealt to her. 2 blasters, which would be Lang, are going to attack at range 3. He can't, that's not unlocked, so he'd have to count here. You're not there. Nothing else will happen since no one
Another
has the
reinforcement.
child. We spawn another, that was my turn, so it goes on the closest star to my space.
Okay,
But we're closing in.
we're closing in.
That was this one.
That stays there. That's
Oh,
the
it
permanent
never
one.
goes
it says,
away.
Never discard this.
Yikes. Okay.
All right. Well, what's the? Okay, so it says I should play a 3+ when attacking this enemy. I'm going to take that advice. Josh, I'm going to give us another crisis.
Oh my gosh, that's it. We're done crisising.
All right. This is a 4 with a plus, so it's 5 potential damage. Let's
5
see.
damage. This says disrupt the plan action. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
this is so bad. The enemy will
another
block
crisis.
2 damage.
All right. So
deal
taking 3, so we're up to 4.
4 hits out of what will be 12. That's good.
Yikes. I mean, we're about to get 2 crises because of this. This is not good. That was my first action. For my second action, I don't really want to do too much right now. I guess I will just play a. I can't play it on. Okay, here's an interesting thing. How did this get disrupted just now? That was from
the duel.
the dual card.
Yep.
So I haven't planned yet. This is already crisising,
You might as well go big, yeah.
right? So I'll just play a big card over here. I'll get 3 cards, please.
There you go.
It's not very often when you can play a card on a slot that's already at 6. I'm going to take this retaliate
That's good.
because if Morgan attacks me, I'll leave the mobilize on top.
Okay. I
Unless-
like that. Nope, I like it. I
Okay.
think that's a good call.
All right, and now the bad stuff happens. So crisis that advances.
Crisis,
Event.
event.
Spawn a reinforcement in your
your
space.
space.
We're gonna go through all the reinforcements.
1 blaster
No,
attacks at
he's-
range 2.
This guy, he's range 3. You're
Not
okay.
close enough. All right.
And then another crisis. We're already at the end of the track, so I'm just gonna take a damage.
Yes,
I'm
you have
gonna
to take
lose
a
my
damage.
defend.
And then flip the nearest face down threat face up, not through locked doors.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's got to be Captain Lang.
oh, no.
We tried to avoid him, but he's awake now.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Could have been worse.
No
Keep
one.
saying that.
I didn't take damage there, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do. Oops, not that one.
Who did I take damage from?
You took damage from this when you
Oh,
crisis.
it was that. Okay, I can't retaliate.
I'm going to do 2 damage to the melee enemy in my space, but I will also sneak attack. So when you play a skill card here, you do have to disrupt it. That's now at 3, but I can finish that person off. I did 2 from attack, 2 from sneak attack, and move 2 spaces to help join that fight. And that's it for me.
Those are
Go
2
ahead.
actions, no events.
Yeah, nice and quick.
What's that? It says 3+. I don't have. I think we just need to get damage on Morgan at this point. So I'm just going to attack for 3, which is my biggest card. I played all my lightsabers early. Like, they're perfect for a duel. But can you flip the top duel for me?
Sure
See what we
can.
got.
It says the enemy blocks 2 damage.
Okay, so take 1.
1 hit.
Up to 5.
Then move the enemy 3 spaces toward the nearest enemy that's in another space.
It's going to go to
Just gonna
Captain
run to
Lang. Oh, no. And he's a sentry. That's annoying.
That's so bad.
I don't have a mobilize. Do I even want to go over there?
There's a mobilize on top, which
There is.
nice.
So I could do my. Oh, but this guy is also holding me down. Trying to do something tricky here. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off, though. That is immobilized. Yeah, I'll do this. So it's a forced jump. It says perform a free 2 strength plan action. So I'll take the top 2 cards there. I know 1's immobilized, which I will take. I'm going to discard this strategize.
Okay.
Don't feel like I need it at this point. And then I can move directly to any space within range 2. This guy here is going to give me trouble if I do that, though, because he's grappling me.
Yeah, you'll take a damage, which isn't...
So I think I'm not going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to just like force jump in my space
Okay.
to get this mobilized card.
Just a cool looking jump.
And I could use my mobilize now to move up, but I'm going to wait. I can't attack again this turn. So 1 event at 5.
The child would flee. The child's not in this mission, so we'll resolve an additional event. All melees move 2.
All right, so Morgan's coming back. She's in your space.
Okay,
now.
that's good.
One of them attacks at range 2.
Range
and
0.
Range 0. I'll take it.
Okay, I
'cause I've got
appreciate
the
that.
health.
And this one's conditional. It says if no enemy attacked, however, an enemy did attack. So this ongoing event would actually be avoided for that reason.
Thank goodness.
That was good. And a second
event. Oh, it's going to be melee guys again.
1 melee moves 3. So
And
no
3
melee
attack at range 0.
We're both going to take a damage. Nothing we can do about that.
We've got 2 health left.
You
We
have to
both have 2 health
retaliate
left.
if you want it.
I
but
could. I'm kind of saving it to use on
completely
Morgan,
understand. Yep, that's okay. Get rid of
but
those.
I think there might be a way for me to heal in my deck. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, I'll deal 4 damage to Morgan since she's in my space. This says disrupt the action slot with the lowest strength. That's now plan. Plan has 1. The enemy blocks 2 of the 4 damage, so
Up to 7.
of 12. And then move the enemy 2 spaces away from you. Probably away from Captain Lang,
Yeah,
too.
that's smart.
That way. My second action will be, let's do Beskar armor. Once again, I'm going to pull it from the discard pile. Take a defend card. And I made no events. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to use my mobilize to get out of this space.
Okay. Move up to 2 spaces.
Up to 2. So I'm going to move 1, 2. And then I'm going to do my free movement to move into her space.
Perfect.
And then I am going to,
It's a 3+ showing on the dual deck.
yeah. I'm going to use Moment of Reflection, which I'm just going to use as a 3 strength plan. Let's see what we can get here. All right, this is going to seem a little weird. I'm going to keep the strategize, and I'm going to discard the defend on top because I've got my lightsabers.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. We're going to crisis if I do this, though.
It's only 1 hit.
Might
You'd
die.
be really close to dying.
Might die. Maybe I don't want to do that.
I think you gotta at this point. I think we're...
No, I'm going to take the defend.
Take the defend
I'm
instead?
going to switch that around.
Okay.
I'm going to take the defend, and I will, for my second action, I'm just going to burn a card here, and I'm not going to move. I do get 1 event. I really think we would have lost if I had used my lightsaber there.
3 enemies move 2 spaces. So
Okay.
this guy can move 1, 2, and then actually into my space.
Yeah, because he's fast. We probably don't want the grapple guy to move, but he might have to.
You might have to.
1, 2. And then this guy is going to move into my space.
And then it's either Lang or grapple. I mean, if Lang's there, I could kill him.
You could run away from him, right?
Yeah, currently I could just take off. Yeah, bring Lang up there in case I want to move. I'm okay with that.
Man, remember when there were no enemies on the board?
Boy, it catches up to you quick, doesn't it? All right, I have a quick clarification. You saw that Morgan was a duelist enemy. She also has what's called Vigilant, where she cannot be disrupted. I think that's a super important clarification because I said, oh, just disrupt her. No, can't do that because I cut my whipcord. So,
and you can't ignore her abilities.
Exactly. Can't ignore them. So, I don't love any of these options accordingly.
And you also have to be in her space because she's a duelist.
Exactly. So. Yeah. What do I want to do? This says 3+ again.
If you could reset the attack pile, like if you came in there and attacked like this guy,
I might not
or Morgan. I mean, Morgan probably won't do anything, but
I think what I'm going to do is just a little more conservative. I'm going to disrupt this guy that moves really far. Are we out of disrupts here?
Yeah, you got to reset those.
Okay, let's give those a reset.
You're going to disrupt the.
Yeah, I think the guy that can move extra far.
And who are you going to deal the damage to? Him as well?
Let's do it to him as well. He's potentially blocking, so I'll just do it to
Lang, because he's at least within kill range.
Let's do a disrupt here. Lang takes a hit. These are ready for future use. And then you want me to clear.
I mean, that was pretty good. You could plant. No, you've already got to defend. You could just come join me.
Join me. Okay. I would do bad things if I did that.
Okay.
So
I'll just plan
then. Plan for 4, actually.
Maybe you'll get immobilized and you can just come join me.
That's what I'm hoping for. We didn't.
That's a lot of bad luck.
I'll take. Actually, I will take a strategize.
Can you put the retaliate on top?
Sure can. Yep.
Thank you.
And then I made 1 event, 1 marksman at range 4. There aren't any on the board.
Wow.
So we will spawn another reinforcement. The last one, notice the closest star to me is this one.
There.
Okay, I think that was good.
Are we going to reshuffle the reinforcements this match? That'd be bad.
It's coming, yep.
Okay, you set me up. Your plan was perfect because you got a retaliate on top, which I need for my lightsabers.
Love that.
They need either the retaliate or the defend. So I'm going to add 4 strength. We've got an attack of 6 against Morgan.
Spawn a reinforcement adjacent to your space. We have a couple there if you want to mix them up, and we'll get them.
And then what else happens?
The enemy will block 2 of your 6, so she goes to 11 damage.
We've got a 10 spot here.
You got a 10 there?
Yeah, 10 and a 1.
Okay. And we'll put this reinforcement adjacent to your space.
At 11 of 12.
Yes, we're close.
And you got the reinforcement.
Got the reinforcement out.
So that was my first action.
Okay.
I do have this. I think the best option is to. This guy's kind of a problem. You don't have any. I mean, you could block it. Just trying to figure out if you're going to be able to win on your turn. Is there anything I can do to help?
You know what? You could intel her towards me.
I could intel.
And then I could intel her.
I'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll use the lightsaber to intel her towards you.
Okay.
No events.
And then I will
win us the game here,
intel her again towards me. You can't intel. Yeah, let's make sure we weren't doing that wrong. Okay. And then I will do my Ambin Face Pulse Blaster. I know it says 3+, but I don't. Oh, I could strategize. Let's get a better card.
Okay. I mean, you will avoid the crisis if you hit 3 exactly.
Oop, 2 of these.
But you can decide that after you draw your hand.
I will still do what I'll do 3 because I didn't draw anything higher. All right. So I'm doing a 3 attack. The enemy will block 1, so she'll take 2, which will
That's enough to
defeat her. Then every character moves 2 spaces towards the start space, ignoring enemy abilities. And this door is not unlocked. 1, 2. So we get out of that jam. And now we have to survive the event step.
And that card in particular can be really frustrating if you're trying to fight an enemy and you all get forced to run away from it.
Yeah, exactly. 2 blasters will move a space. This one will actually move 2 because he's fast.
This one will also move 2 unless we choose. Oh no, he's disrupted.
Oh, he was disrupted. That's good.
But maybe you want to keep that disrupt on him and move the other guys so that you can have him attack.
All right, 1, 2.
This guy will move 3 all the way over.
And then 2 attack at range 2.
No, 2.
So I will take a damage, but block it, and
I
you
will
will take
also
a damage.
take a damage and block.
And that is
No event here.
no event. This would clear. Morgan's been defeated. All 3 prisoners rescued. Objective completed. We've won by the skin of our teeth.
I didn't think we were going to.
It looked really bleak there for a moment.
I think that if I had been gutsy there and not grabbed that defend, everything would have unraveled.
So I think you made the right call, right? It was so tempting to just hit for 6 right then and there, but I think you were very patient. I was egging you on. Just do it. Yeah, no, that was a good play by you.
Yeah, so that's the first mission that's in the box here. There are, of course, more and more advanced missions as you go through the box, and then there's 4 different mercenary missions that you can play on here. You can fight against the Krat Dragon. There's another duel against Moff Gideon on his cruiser near the end that you have to free Grogu. There's a lot of really thematic stuff, but also some missions that make you approach the game differently.
Yeah, I think that's important, and I think this was a nice introduction to the dual deck and the way that interacts with everything, and just kind of ramping you into some of the new things that you're going to find. Yeah, things will just get even more challenging from here for some of these missions. I think the next one in particular, which I wish we could show you, is a blast. You'll have a lot of fun with that one. They're all exciting, and what's cool, just a quick recap, is any mercenary mission that you play on here, again, you're going to be able to experience a dual enemy that you may have to encounter that isn't even a part of your mission. But now if they're kind of blocking the way or you need to deal with them, that's something that just gives you a new way to experience every map in the game once again. So you did a great job. Thanks for helping us pull it out. It was a ton of fun.
Way to go. And now Ahsoka will send the Mandalorian off on his next adventure.
Indeed. Thanks so much for joining us. We had a lot of fun.
Bye.
Take care.